Between 1959 and 1961, a catastrophe unfolded behind closed borders. No earthquakes. No floods. No invading armies. Yet tens of millions died. This was the Great Chinese Famine, the deadliest famine in human history. And for decades, it was barely spoken of. In the late 1950s, China was a nation rebuilding itself. Years of war had ended. A new government promised strength, unity, and prosperity. Across the countryside, farmers worked the land as they had for generations. Crops were modest, but survival was possible. The future, many believed, was finally within reach. In 1958, China launched an ambitious experiment. It was called the Great Leap Forward. The goal was simple: transform China into an industrial superpower, almost overnight. Farms were collectivized. Private land was abolished. Millions of farmers were ordered to abandon crops and produce steel in backyard furnaces. Grain quotas skyrocketed. Failure was not an option. Officials reported impossible harvests, not because they were real, but because fear demanded them. The reports looked promising. The reality was catastrophic. Grain was seized based on false numbers. Storehouses filled, while villages emptied. Communal kitchens ran out of food. Fields were left unattended. Families survived on roots, leaves, and tree bark. Hunger spread quietly, relentlessly. By the time officials noticed the truth, millions were already starving. Speaking out was dangerous. Admitting failure meant punishment, or worse. Local leaders hid deaths. Records were altered. Entire regions were erased from reports. Borders closed. Foreign aid was refused. The famine continued. Not in secret, but in silence. The numbers are still debated. Conservative estimates say 15 million died. Others place the toll closer to 45 million. Entire villages vanished. Families collapsed. Children were left without parents or food. Desperation reached unimaginable levels. This was not a natural disaster. It was starvation on a national scale. By 1961, the damage was undeniable. Policies quietly changed. Collectivization loosened. Farming returned to the hands of the people. Food production slowly recovered. The famine ended. Not with accountability, but with silence. Survivors carried the trauma for the rest of their lives. Public discussion became forbidden. Schoolbooks skipped these years entirely. Outside China, the famine remained largely unknown. History moved forward. But the memory stayed buried. Fields grow back. Cities rise. Nations move on. But the dead leave questions behind. The Great Chinese Famine reminds us that the most devastating disasters are sometimes caused not by nature, but by decisions and silence. History like this is rarely told. If you want more powerful, AI-animated documentaries that uncover forgotten truths, subscribe to ApexTV_PH and stay curious.